Hello and welcome to another RPA tutorial video. Today in this tutorial video, we are going to learn about IQ Bot Validator. So here we will see how IQ Bot Validator work and what is the exactly use of it. So I will try to explain you with real-time example. Okay, so when we will go to the validator queue to verify the document and why the document moved to the validator queue. So what is the reason behind it when any document moved into the validator queue? So we will see those things and we'll understand in details. Before start, in case if you are visiting this channel for the first time or if you have not subscribed this channel yet, I would request you to kindly support us by subscribing this channel so we can create more and more informative video for you. Okay, let's first understand how IQBot works. So I have already created a couple of videos on IQBot. So you can find those videos link in the description section and you can look into those videos. There you will understand how to create the learning instance and other stuff which we need to do in IQBot. So when we upload any documents into IQBot, so I'm assuming we have already created a learning instance. Now we are uploading a document using taskbot to the IQBot learning instance. So when we upload, so what IQBot learning instance do, it will verify the processing rule to classify the document. So whenever you upload anything, so IQBot, as you know, IQBot uses machine learning and AI algorithm to extract information from a document, right? So when you upload anything, it will start matching. Okay, so let's say I have a learning instance where I have 5 group. Okay, so I'm using an invoice, and when I upload a new document, so what the IQ bot will do, it will start matching a few informations like the field which we have defined while creating the learning instance, and the document layout or a document pattern or a data structure what we have used while performing the training to the learning instances. So whenever we upload any new document, so IQ bot will verify those things and it will try to match, and based on the match it will put those document into an existing group. In case if the information is not matching, then it might create a new group, or if you have uploaded any sample which you have not used during your training, then there might be a scenario where it will create a new group, or if the document is totally different, there are no field matching, no pattern, no layout matching, then it will send those document to invalid folder. Once you have uploaded your document and document got classified and it went to a particular group, okay, so after that IQBot will match some other informations like the data type of the field, okay, and other things like if the value is present for the particular field the value is there or not. Once this tapes or this checks is completed from the IQ bot, then IQ bot will verify some other informations like the data type. Okay, the data type here is the field which we have defined what is the data type, and the value which we are looking for is present or not in the PDF. Okay, and the field type. So what is the field type we have kept? It's like the required field or a optional field. Now let me go to the IQ bot and understand. So I'm going here. So this is the learning instance which I have already created. Okay, now let's see. Let me come back here. So currently you can see the document is in staging. Okay, so in staging we can do the training or we can edit the document, right? So once everything is done, then we have to send this to the production, and after that you can upload documents into the particular learning instance. So as our document is available in staging, so we will have the options to edit it. So I'm just doing a refresh. Okay, so let me edit it. So here I have used 2 sample files, so we can complete the training. So here I am just using a field name called invoice, date, due date, phone number, salesperson, and the payment term along with this table informations. So if you see here in the invoice, I have selected this field label called invoice as number. Okay, and here the field options I have kept is as a required. So whenever you keep information like this, and when you upload any document into IQBot, it will start looking for the match. Okay, so first match will be, it will expect the data which you are extracting from a PDF for a particular field should be a number. Okay, and also the data should be present. So whenever you keep required, then it will look for a data. If the data is not present, okay, then IQBot will send this document to the validator. So whenever you keep informations like this, okay, and if the information mismatch, in that case it will send that particular PDF to the validator, so you human can have a look and they can make the required changes. So when I take you to the validator, I'll explain you more. Okay, so first let's understand this part. Similarly, for date, I have selected the data type. So you can see here we have the data type as text, date, number, checkbox, and group checkbox. Okay, so here I have kept as date and I have kept this as a required. So similarly for due date, I have kept this as a date. Okay, and this field option I have kept as optional. So you can keep optional or required based on your value available in the PDF. So if you know some value may come into your PDF, or some value it is mandatory to have in the PDF in order to complete next action. So let's say I am extracting informations like invoice number, date, etc, etc, and after that I am putting this into a target applications, right? So in order to get information from my target applications, the invoice value should be there. Okay, if it is not there, then my next action will be not complete, right? So based on those things, you can put required or optional, although this information will be provided by your business team, which field is required and which field is optional. So based on that you can mark it, right? So due date I have just kept it as optional. Okay, phone number is required because it should be there in every PDF. The salesperson name is also, and the payment term I have kept this as a required. So if I click here, so you can see the result, how the data looks like. We can see here everything looks good. We are able to extract the information from the table as well as the form field. Now let me take you to the another PDF. Okay, so here you can see, here in this page there is no due date available, so this is blank, rest of the information is available. Okay, now let me come back here and let me close this. So as now we understood like in which scenario the document will move to the validator queue. So there are other things also, like apart from this mismatch. Okay, so let's say I have kept this invoice field and the data type as number and the field option as required. Okay, so there might be a scenario when OCR will be not able to read data properly. So let's understand with one of the examples. So let's say here in invoice number I have 98400, okay, something like that. So for example, due to some OCR confidence level, the 0 may be read as O, okay, or 5 can be read as S. So in that case OCR will be sending this document to the validator so human can have a look, so human can judge whether this is the right document or there is any issue with the document, etc, etc. Now let me save this, and I'm just sending this learning instance into the production so we can upload few samples and we will see how it works. So now you can see here this document is available into the production now. So I have some sample files, okay, where I have intentionally kept some wrong information. So wrong information means like date, I have selected the date field as data type as date, and it should have the date value, right? It should not have anything like instead of 0 I have just kept it as O. Similarly here also I have kept it as O, correct? And for invoice also I have intentionally added this OO instead of 0. So it will help you on understand how IQBot is reading these things before sending into the validator. Okay, so here also for O, for 0 I have just kept it as O. So these are the informations I have just changed it, okay, to make you understand. In this particular PDF or invoice, you can see the invoice number is missing. So there is no invoice number. So let's see how the IQ bot is behaving with this document. And here also I have added something like instead of 0O. Okay, now let's close this and upload this document into the IQ bot to see how the validator works. So let's see. In order to upload a document into IQ bot, we have a package called IQ bot upload document. Okay, so using this IQ bot upload document, we can upload the document. So as we have more samples, so we will take help of loop and we will upload the document. So here I will just use files in a folder and I will just keep the path. Okay, now this is a learning instance. So by default your learning instance will be available here when you use this upload document option. And here I am just keeping the path, and as we have stored the file information into a dictionary variable files in a folder, so we'll use that. And the extension is by default PDF, so I'll just keep this as a PDF. Okay, this is optional, not required. Now let's put a delay so it can upload a document. So I'm just keeping a delay of 3 seconds. Now let's run this and see. Okay, so upload has been started now. So you can see here this classification is progress. So as I said, when we upload any document, the classification will start. If I refresh here, you can see here yet to be classified. So now IQBot is checking based on the pattern and the field and other informations which is available in the document, and it will send into the group. So it will take some time and it will complete the process. Now we can see the process has been completed because here this classification is completed now. So let me do a refresh. All right, so now we can see here earlier this validate option was showing as green. Now it is showing as red. So whenever something comes like this, it means your document moved to validator. Okay, so some document at the time of uploading moved into the validator queue. So in order to check that, you have to just click here, and the validator can be accessed from here itself, the production on. Okay, so if I click here validate, it will take you to the IQBot validator window. So in this window, we can see here the number of samples or a document which moved to the validator queue is 4. So you can see here all the informations, and here above area is the informations which we are extracting from the form field, and the below is the information which we are reading from the table field. Okay, so you can see here now this invoice is marked as red. If you keep your mouse here, it will give you the informations. Okay, so invalid number format, as we have kept invoice as a number, and you can see here the value is not a 0, this is O, right? So because of that, IQ bot is not confident, and because of the data type mismatch happened, so it moved that document into the validator. So whenever documents come to a validator, human can decide what to do with this document. So you will get the options to train or map your bot, okay, or you can make the changes in the field as well. So let's say, as I said, IQBot uses machine learning and artificial intelligence to work with this document, and also it runs from the human behavior. So whenever you perform something in IQBot validator queue, it will try to learn from you. So let's say here I know this is not a zero, this should be this is not a O, this should be a zero. This might happen because of the OCR issues. So here again I'm saying this scenario I have intentionally created here to show you, in case if something is not coming as a zero but it is reading as O, so how it looks like. Okay, here the OCR is fine, only it has read whatever we have given. So in case if you have a very bad quality of document, there might be a scenario where OCR will be not able to give you the proper output. So what you can do here, let me change this to 0 0. I have added this. So now IQBot will understand, okay, this is not a O, this is a 0, this should be a 0. So if you perform this type of training, it will learn from your in future. Whenever something comes like this automatically change to 0 and it will give you the output. So similarly for this I'm just keeping as 0. So whenever I am just changing the data type, you can see this red highlighted box is going out. So if I put 0 here and we'll click somewhere, you can see this data type mismatch is gone now. So here again I will just put it as 0. Okay, so this is done now and the table looks fine only. After that, if everything is done, you will get options. If you want to mark this document as an invalid, so you can get this option. So for this document we don't have any issue to mark this document as invalid. So I will just do a save current document. So whenever you do this, it will send this document to a success folder. So when we download the document, it will have output from this document as well, right? So similarly here also I will just make the changes from O to 0 and rest looks good. We can see here all the information is available. So again I will save this document. This is same. Okay, now understand this document. So here, as I said, invoice number is a mandatory or a required field. This has to be data, right? But in the PDF itself, there is no invoice number present, right? So somehow this invoice number is missing. So this document is not required or no longer valid for me, because without invoice number I won't be able to perform anything with this invoice, right? However, you can see other data has been mapped successfully and extracted correctly, right? So in such type of scenario, you can mark this document as invalid. Okay, so this is the advantage of using the IQBot validator, right? The first thing is you can change or you can remap your field based on your requirement. Okay, if you think the particular field has marked by IQBot is not correct, so you can change it from here itself. And also you can change the data type, as we have did for few of the PDF. In this example we can see the invoice number itself is missing, right? Which is again a important field for me. Without that I won't be able to do anything. So let's say I want to mark this document as invalid. So if I click here, mark as invalid, so I can see I have 3 options available. So why I'm marking this document as invalid? Because here the value is not there, right? So you can select either anything or you can just click on the mark as invalid. right? So for me, let's say I'm going with this and I'm just selecting this. Okay, now we can see the IQ Bot Validator is now it got clean and there is no data. If I click here, it will say learning instance not found or document not available, right? So because there is no document available in the IQ Bot Validator, because we have mapped everything and we have cleared all the document. So whenever you mark any documents as invalid, it will go to the invalid folder and it will be available there. So for your reference, if you want to see how many document move to the invalid folder after the human validations, you can check those things. And the document which we have marked as save, right, the first three document which we have marked, it will go to the success folder. Now let me download a document and see how it looks like. So in order to download it, just you have to go to the IQ Bot, download all documents. So I'm just keeping outside loop. Okay, so I'm just using this success folder. Okay, it runs successfully and now we can see the file is available here. So if I open this file, so data is available here. So this way we can verify the informations or a document which will move to the validator queue. So this validator queue or validator option which is available in IQ Bot is very helpful whenever you have a document where you think human intervention is required, right? So you can go and you can check the document which moved to the validator queue and you can make the changes based on your requirement. So that's all from this tutorial video. I hope I'm able to explain you how to use IQ Bot Validator and how it help you on working or making some changes with the document. In case if you have any questions, suggestions, you can go ahead and mail us, or you can put it into your comment section. We'll be very happy to help you. Thank you so much.